Would have a tremendous impact on our supply chains. As you all know, it's going to have a ripple effects into our overall economy.
Right now, the nation is facing a dire situation. The first national railroad strike in 30 years could soon come as soon as this Friday, and it would impact both passenger travel and railroad freight. So this includes a long list of consumer goods, food, construction materials, energy products, and vehicles.
Now, labor negotiations are still underway, meaning a strike could still be avoided. Our Joe Hinkie, though, looked into what a strike could mean for you and your bank account.
The railroad strike could begin on Friday, and I'm told it would not take long until you would have a harder time finding certain products on store shelves. It would also have to pay more to buy them. The last train has not left the station quite yet as trains pass through Atlanta's rail yards this afternoon, but they could come to a halt in just over a day. Then the clock would start until we feel the impact.
We will be okay for a few days. After a week, it will become noticeable on some aspects.
Nikolai Osachi is an associate professor at Emory University's Goizeta Business School. He says one of the first noticeable impacts for consumers won't be welcome news.
More immediate probably will be gas prices.
Currently, 2 railroad worker unions are fighting for quality of life items impacting pay and scheduling. If the strike happens and drags on, it could be far-reaching because of how much trains carry.
Rail accounts for 28% of all freight in the nation. Trucking is still bigger. It's at close to 40%.
On the topic of trucking, the Biden administration says plans are in the works to use trucks and other transportation to keep crucial chemicals and other goods moving, but trucking won't be a true replacement.
Trucking has its own problems, driver shortage, chronic driver shortage, and shortage of chassis. So to absorb that shock by trucking will not be possible.
In addition to freight, a strike could stop certain Amtrak trains from running. An Amtrak spokeswoman tells 11 Alive on Tuesday the passenger rail service began suspending certain lines, and today the Crescent line running through Atlanta was suspended. If a strike happens, Osachi says it could take time for companies to recover once it's over.
If a strike is a week, then probably a couple of weeks will be required for the things to come back more or less to normal.
The hope, though, is ongoing labor discussions between union representatives and railroad companies could still lead to agreements. If not, once again, that strike could begin on Friday. Reporting in Atlanta, I'm Joe Henke, 11 Alive News.